Hello everybody and welcome to the first part of my entire plush collection, this being my Mario plush collection. We're going in no particular order and we've got a lot to get through, so let's get started. Gonna begin with some bootlegs or some pretty uninteresting plush. So here is the bootleg Baby Luigi. As you can see, the ears are peeling, the overalls are broken, and he's missing his nose. So, I bet you can see why this one had to get replaced. Next is bootleg Rosalina. Here is bootleg Scared Luigi from Luigi's Mansion 2. Here's this bootleg Mario. Don't know what the story behind this one is, but oh well, here he is. Here's a bootleg Luigi. Once again, don't know the story behind this one, but he's in the collection, so. Here is a Koopa shell, which is a backpack. Here is bootleg Daisy. And next is this homemade Wiggler, which my mom made for me, which has seen better days, I'll say that much. Here is my old Waluigi. The overalls are broken, he's got a hole in his side, and overall, he's seen better days. Which is why I thought he had to get replaced. He's coming to a close. So next time you see Waluigi on the channel, it will not be this guy. Here is Donkey Kong. Don't know if this is bootleg or official, but I mean, hey, I like this Donkey Kong. I think he looks funny. Here is Birdo. This also might be bootleg, it might be official, I don't really know. But here she is. Here is Wario. This Wario's also seen better days, but I kind of like this Wario. I don't know what it is. I think he's just a right Wario size. He just looks very Wario. Yeah, I just like this guy. Next is Nabbit. Next is bootleg Dry Bowser. Do want to replace this one day, but haven't seen a Dry Bowser in anywhere, so we'll see what happens. But hey, doesn't look too bad for a bootleg, and this was the best we could get for a good while before we got an official Dry Bowser, so yeah. Here is Toadette. Again, very big. Do hope to replace this one day, because she towers over a lot of characters, but yep, here she is for now. Next is Kamek. I do believe the wand had to be restitched. Either way, here he is. Here is my old Bowser Jr. Not only is the size a big problem, how he towers over a lot of plush, his eyebrow was messed up, he's got a hole in him, and honestly, yeah, he was due for a retirement. And that's just kind of what I've been seeing. A lot of my Mario plush are getting really old and can't really keep up nowadays, but yeah, so they need replacing, and he is one of them. Here is Toadsworth. I don't think there's ever been an official Toadsworth plush, so this is most definitely bootlegged, but hey, it's a Toadsworth and it looks pretty damn good, so he's gonna stick around for a while. Also, is Toadsworth just canonically dead? Here is Cat Toad. Funny thing about this plush is you can pop its head out, and oh my god, he's blonde. That's just cursed. Next is the little buddy Pink Yoshi. World of Nintendo Bob-omb. Next is Boomerang Bro. Next is this bootlegged Hammer Bro, who has seen better days, as most of my plush. He's got a big old hole there in his neck. This thing's coming off, and yeah, but it's kind of hard to find some Hammer Bros nowadays. And that's a dog. Thanks for that. Jeez, okay. Here is this little mini boob. Here is the Yoshi's Woolly World Green Yoshi Amiibo. This may not count as a plush, but I mean, hey, got stuffing in there, it's Mario, so I feel like, why not? It's a plush. Here is a Koopa Troopa. First of many Koopa Troopas, because as a kid, I loved Koopa Troopa. I still do really like Koopa Troopa. This is just the first of many. Here is this bootleg Baby Peach, which is in worse condition than I remember. She's got a hole there. She's got paint on her legs, and it's chipping off. The crown is coming off, and so is the pacifier. Jeez, I could have bought one in America, but hey, I didn't realize how bad she was, so yeah. Here is my old bootleg Bowser. He is very wide. His eyebrows are very floppy. He is just looking up. You can't even see his face from front on. You gotta pop him down like this. Yeah, he needed retiring. Like pretty much all of my plush. Here is this Cheep Cheep. He is massive. Don't know why, but he's from Bam Presto. He may be official, he may not be. I don't know, Bam Presto is kind of a weird thing. Sometimes they're official, sometimes they're fake. But, yeah, there he is. Here's my old Shy Guy. There's a lot wrong with him. As you can see, he used to have a hole there, but the stitching was not great. He's quite big. He's got purple shoes. He's... Yeah, growing up, you take what you can get with plush, and you don't really mind if they're bootlegged, but once you get older, you realize, okay, these need some retiring. And, yep, Shy Guy's one of them. Here is the Bowser puppet. He is still so weird. Got no bottom half. And he just looks so derpy. Here is this very bootlegged pink mushroom. A pink mushroom has, to my knowledge, never been a thing in Mario, so this is undoubtedly fake. Here is little buddy Dry Bones. Here is Cat Rosalina. Here is this Koopa Troopa with a leather shell, meant to be reminiscent of the old school Koopa Troopas. Don't know if this is official. What does the tag say? Sanai? Yeah, no, this is most definitely bootlegged, but hey, looks kind of funny. Next is this big old Luigi. He's quite big. Not my biggest Mario plush, but hey, he's still pretty big. Next is the Santa All-Star Collection Princess Peach. Little buddy Piranha Plant, who, despite being official, has also seen better days. He's very flimsy when the Piranha Plant is meant to be standing upright. Yep, I think he's losing some stitching in his neck. That's just what happens when you use a plush a lot. Santa All-Star Collection Red Yoshi. Here is a Mario, which was won in a claw machine. Club Mochi Mochi Goomba. Quite squishy. World of Nintendo Baby DK. Very interesting character to make a plush of, but hey, it's the only Baby DK plush we're ever going to get, and it's incredibly rare now, so glad I have one. Sending All-Star Collection Baby Luigi. Looks much better than the abomination we showed before. And just so you know, I think I got rid of my old Baby Mario, so yeah, sorry about that. Here is still what I think to be the coolest thing in my Mario plush collection is this Mario Party 5 Toad. Still so surreal that I have this thing. It's so rare, and I got it at such a cheap price and pretty damn good condition as well. Yeah. Little buddy Blue Toad. Here is my old Toad. Very, very old. His vest is coming off. He's got a floppy head. Yeah. Next is Cat Luigi. Next is Tanuki Luigi. Little buddy Koopa Troopa. As I told you, you're gonna be seeing more Koopa Troopas. Next is Diddy Kong, which was also one in a claw machine, but much longer ago. This is pretty old. Here is this very bootleg Yellow Yoshi. Doesn't even have fingers, he's got the wrong color shoes, he's quite plump. But, hey. This kind of Yoshi plush has a very special place in my heart, so I don't know if I'll replace this one for a while. He's just kind of special to me. Next is Lemmy Koopa. I do not have all of the Koopa legs, funnily enough, and the two you've seen on this channel are the only two I have, so yeah. Here is Bootleg Peach, which desperately needed retiring. Got no emblem on her chest, no earrings, the crown is all over the place. It's not even the right crown, and it's lost color too. It's, oh boy. This needed a substitute. Then a All-Star Collection Shy Guy. Next is Flying Squirrel Mario. Next is Tanuki Mario. Next is this Black Yoshi, which I do believe to be bootlegged, primarily because his nostrils are white. Yeah, and it's also just kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't look like most of the other official Yoshi plush I've seen. It's a lot more official looking than the yellow Yoshi you saw, but yeah, no, this is not official. But hey, it looks pretty nice. Next is Flying Squirrel Yellow Toad. If you're a longtime viewer of this channel and you've watched the video New Super Weird Mario Bros. You would know that I did not have a Flying Squirrel Blue Toad. And to this day, I do not. I do not have a Flying Squirrel Blue Toad, and that is something that will haunt me for the rest of my life. Next is the Poltergust that was put on that Scared Luigi. The wheel is coming off one of them, and also, this is the Poltergust 5000. I think the green light has somehow gone into the plush. I think I washed it one day, and that just happened. I don't know how that happened, but it just did. whatever. I can still put it on the back of pretty much any plush, so... Next is this Yoshi. Little buddy Bullet Bill. Next is Mario. Who knows if this guy needs retiring. He's pretty good on the stitching, aside from this overall that will fling up. But he looks pretty alright, considering how long I've had this guy, but yeah. Oh yeah, outside of the shoes. But we'll see how long this guy can do, and if he needs to be retired, then that's just what we'll have to do. Santa All-Star Collection Bowser Jr. Much better condition this guy is in compared to the last one, but that's mainly because I haven't had this guy for that long. But still, here he is. Santa All-Star Collection Cheep Cheep. Much smaller than the last Cheep Cheep, and also in much better condition. Next is this blue Yoshi, also bootlegged in the same akin to the yellow Yoshi, but nah. Like I said, I like these Yoshi plush. They hold a special place in my heart just because of those old Yoshi's Island plush videos up on YouTube. And they use these plush, and that's why I like them so much. Next is this Paratroopa, which I do believe to be bootlegged. His wing is coming off the stitching, and oh, look at that, huh? It's a burn mark. Because yes, one time I went camping, and this guy got burned. Someone put a stick in the fire and then put it on me, and it got burnt on him. So yeah. Next is Spiny, who came along with the Lakitu plush I have, but I cut him off so I could have the Spiny and the Lakitu. Next is Cat Pete. Next is Petey Piranha, which I do believe to be bootlegged, but very few official Petey Piranha plush exist out there, so yeah, just use this guy. Got a very floppy head, but that's probably just because of how laid back he is. He's a chill guy. Next is Fire Mario. And here's the last of the cats with Cat Mario. Funnily enough, he was the last cat that I needed. But here he is. Santa All-Star Collection Bowser. Hey look, you can see his face when he's standing head on. That's fun. Next is Chain Chomp, complete with his leather chain. Next is Wiggler, an official Wiggler, not done with a ton of holes inside of him. Next is Blooper. Next is my first Mario plush I ever got, being Yoshi. And he's in pretty damn good condition. I mean, aside from the saddle on the back, he's kept up pretty well with the stitching. He's still got most of his color. Yay! Looks pretty damn good. Which I think should be contrasted with a plush that I slept with a lot growing up and loved a lot. The Yoshi I did love, but I didn't spend as much time with it as this Koopa, who is in much worse condition. He's got a very floppy head, he's got a hole in his neck, his shoes are just barely holding on. Yeah, boy. I love this plush, it's very special to me, but he needed to be retired. Because I don't know how long he can go on without his shoes just bursting open. Here is a red Koopa. most definitely a bootleg. But, well. Here's something else that's most definitely a bootleg. It's this little red Yoshi. He's got no fingers and very shaky hands. And he's got a hole there. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. No, this is definitely not official. Next is Yellow Toad, who could be in better condition as well. Do you guys want to know a funny little thing? This vest here is not actually the vest that the plush came with. He came with a typical Toad vest, which was blue and yellow. I was like, Yellow Toads don't wear that. They just wear straight yellow. So one day, I just got my mom to make one of these. So, yeah. Santa All-Star Collection Iggy Koopa. This is the other Koopa I have. Next is this one-up mushroom, which I think might also be a bootleg, but oh well, at least it's an actual mushroom this time instead of a fake one. Next is Flying Squirrel Luigi. Next is my actual Luigi, which may need retiring. I don't know. I'm looking primarily at the neck here. We've already had to re-sew his neck, and it's still very flimsy, and I think the stitching's already breaking through. He's got other holes in him, but who knows. We'll see how this Luigi can hold up. Here is Boo. Here is Fire Luigi. He's got a hole in his hand, but more importantly, he's lost his hat. So yeah, this is like the one Mario plush I have which can add and remove his hat, and it's not intentional. It just came off one day. Santa All-Star Collection Baby Mario. Like I said, I think I got rid of my old Baby Mario, so there's no comparison between the two. But just to let you know, it was very similar to the Baby Luigi. Missing his nose, messed up overalls, flimsy ears, you name it. Next is this Goomba. Next is this Green Toad, which is most definitely bootlegged, but I don't really mind. And if you know, this Green Toad is not just a regular Green Toad, but it's actually Psycho Toad is insane! Yeah! Next is this Rosalina, which I think is bootlegged, but it's not a bad looking bootleg. I don't know, I might replace it one day because, my Peach and Daisy look pretty good now, and this one doesn't, and Rosalina's my favorite Mario girl, so yeah. Next is Lakitu. You all know this Lakitu on the channel, being the co-host of Total Stuff Loft Island. He went with the Spiny, but I cut him off, so now he's just Lakitu all by himself with his little cloud. Next is Santa All-Star Collection Waluigi. Much better condition than my other Waluigi, just being a lot smaller, but who cares? Santa All-Star Collection Daisy. Next is Captain Toad. From all that I've used him in Total Stuff Left Island, his head has become very floppy. But, hey, he's still alright. And finally, we got the biggest plush in my collection. It's this Mario. His hat's missing, and he's missing a few beans, but he's still massive. In fact, when I first got him, he was bigger than me. So, yep, here he is. And that is every Mario plush I own. Yep, that's part one of my entire plush collection. we're gonna put the current plush counter on screen now, and yep, this is a lot. This is a lot of Mario plush. And it's not stopping here, I'm telling you that much. But I'll see you for the next part, in which it will be Pokemon. We're gonna go to the Pokemon plush collection. I know I've made one before, but it's an update, and I need to show off every plush I own, so here we are, and yeah, that's all my Mario plush, so... Hello and welcome to part 2 of my entire plush collection, this time being Pokemon. I know I've made a Pokemon plush collection video before, but this is an update with some other Pokemon plush, so let's get started. In no particular order, we're going to begin with this Poplio pillow. It's not necessarily a plush, but I like to include it because, well, feels like a plush, looks like a plush, and I love Poplio, so gotta do him some justice. Next is this chubby Pikachu, which has a box inside, so I think it's meant to make a noise, but he does not, as he's quite old. He's got a hole there. And I think I forgot to include him in my initial Pokemon collection, but whoopsie daisy. Next is this bootleg Charmander. He's got a hole in his tail, and he doesn't look great. That's why I updated him, and you'll see that later. Next is Tommy Chimchar. Tommy Blastoise. Wicked Cool Toys Sobble. Next we have this Snorlax, which I believe to be bootlegged. Tommy Piplup. Sane All-Star Collection Cyndaquil. Tommy Sylveon. Pokemon Center Litten. Jazzwares Snivy. Tommy Inkay. Banpresto Gengar. Bootlegged Lil Snorlax. We'll never understand what this is or why I have him. It's not a Munchlax, it's just a little Snorlax, but oh well. Here he is. Wicked Cool Toys Sleeping Igglybuff. Pokemon Center Pikachu, dressed up as Mega Charizard Y. Tommy Froakie. Very well known plush on this channel. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Machamp. Here's a little Pikachu keychain, or as I used to call him, Minichu. Here's this Pichu. I believe it is bootlegged. If not, it's a pretty bad looking official plush. Here he is. Here is Banpresto Sirfetch'd. Sane All-Star Collection Inteleon. Next is Pokemon Center Sprigatito. Like I said in the 2024 collection video, this Sprigatito was chewed. As you can see, it's got a hole there, and some of its fur is not nearly as soft, primarily its ear, so that's why it had to get updated. And it only lasted around a year. Next is this Squirtle keychain. Wicked Cool Toys Lucario. Tomy Eevee. Bootleg Squirtle. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Kabutops. Tomy Vaporeon. Tomy Oshawott. Tomy Mudkip. Tomy Wobbuffet. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Zapdos. Next is this Jigglypuff, which I believe is bootlegged. Might not be, but I'm pretty sure that it is. Sane All-Star Collection Dragonite. Tomy Meowth. Wicked Cool Toys Torchic. Tomy Abra. Tomy Rowlet. Tomy Chikorita. Tomy Bulbasaur. Wicked Cool Toys Totodile. Wicked Cool Toys Bidoof. Pokemon Center Explorer Pikachu. I think that's what this is. I'm not entirely sure, but it's Pikachu. Wicked Cool Toys Grookey. Wicked Cool Toys Score Bunny. Pokemon Center Hisuian Zorua. Pokemon Center Graduation Pikachu. Wicked Cool Toys Wooloo. Wicked Cool Toys Charizard. Wicked Cool Toys Fuecoco. Tomy Mega Garchomp. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Flygon. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Escavalier. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Excadrill. Pokemon Center Sprigatito, but not chewed up by a dog. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Electivire. Sene All-Star Collection Rayquaza. Toy Factory Pikachu. Pokemon Center Pokemon Posing's Mewtwo. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Scizor. Sene All-Star Collection Charmander. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Luxray. Pokemon Center little Poplio plush. Still don't know what this is, but it's Poplio, so I love it. Pokemon Center Quaxley. Wicked Cool Toys Turtwig. Sane All-Star Collection Greninja. Sane All-Star Collection Venusaur. Pokemon Center Chespin. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Crobat. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Fennekin. Wicked Cool Toys Pancham. Tomy Cubchoo. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Roserade. Tomy Pancham. Another one. For whatever reason, I have two Panchams, but oh well. Pokemon Fit / Sitting Cuties Virizion. Tomy Meloetta. Banpresto Blitzel. Wicked Cool Toys Trico. Pokemon Fitch / Sitting Cuties Gastrodon East. Pokemon Fitch / Sitting Cuties Weavile. Pokemon Fitch / Sitting Cuties Kyogre. Pokemon Fitch / Sitting Cuties Tepig. Here's a big Piplup. Tomy Rotom. Pokemon Center Koraidon. Bendable arms. And then finally the Tomy Poplio. And that is every Pokemon plush that I own. Yep, this video is probably, or this part is probably a lot shorter than the other Pokemon plush collection, but that's primarily because I don't really go into detail. You've seen most of these plush before, so yeah. But hey, this is just another part in my entire plush collection, so yeah. Hello everybody, and welcome to part 3 of my entire plush collection. This being my Sonic plush collection. This is probably going to be one of the smaller ones. I don't have a ton of Sonic plush, but I felt like I had enough to really give it its own section in the collection, as opposed to just putting it in the video game section. So we're going to start with Great Eastern Entertainment, Classic Amy. This is also just the only Amy I have, so it's just Amy. Yeah, I should probably get a modern Amy. Next is this big Sonic. Don't exactly know this thing's origin, but here he is. Just a big old Sonic. Next is Tomy Sonic. This is the Sonic that I use in videos. He's got his arm stuck like this, but hey, it's pretty damn good. So, yeah. Jack-specific cheese, or just want to treat him as a regular chow, you can. Next we have this big old Tails. Very tall and very flimsy. Jack-specific Eggman. With his fingers on the wrong sides of his hand. Tomy Sonic Boom Eggman from the big head wave of plush, where the heads of the plush would be massive and the bodies would be tiny. But I have the Eggman one. And his mustache really confuses me. Eggman's mustache is not like this in Sonic Boom, but they just made it like that. Sonic X Knuckles. You all probably know this Knuckles, it's the one I use in the channel. What you probably don't know is that in the back of his head he had a hole in him. There it is. He had a hole in him, but we had to stitch it up. And I have not gotten another Knuckles, but just saying. He's fine. It works. Next we have this silver, which my mom made for me. As you can see, it's not perfect. He's missing a lot of details, and he's very flimsy, very, yeah. But hey, for what it's worth, it looks pretty alright. Jack-specific Mighty. Sonic X Sonic. This is also the old Sonic that I used in my show, but I've retired him because he's drained of a lot of his color. He's pretty damn old, and yeah, he lost a bit. But hey, this is a very special Sonic to me. So next we have this little Sonic, which you might know as Sonic on this channel. Next you have the Jazzwares Metal Sonic. I think this is meant to be classic Metal Sonic, but I just treat it as Metal Sonic. There's pretty much no difference other than the tip of the fruit. Here's a little bootleg Silver, but he looks pretty alright for a bootleg, so he's gonna stick around until I can find a good replacement for him. Here is Jakks Pacific Classic Sonic. And here is Tomy Classic Sonic. Great Eastern Entertainment Super Sonic. Next is Tomy Sonic Boom Tails. I cut the goggles off of his face and put them behind him so you can see his eyes a lot better. Next is this Tails Squishmallow. Next is this custom Eggman, which my mom made for me. She got a lot better with her plush. He looks so good. And this is the only version of this Eggman plush that exists, so yeah. And to wrap up this collection, we have the Sonic X Shadow. Also to wrap up the Fearless Year of Shadow, which was a fantastic year for Sonic. And that is my Sonic plush collection. Yeah, not a ton. I wish I could get more, but they don't really sell GE plushies really anywhere, so it's hard to get a lot of cool Sonic characters that I want as plush. But yeah, this is all I got for now. We're gonna add this to the total plush counter. And yeah, so look out for the next plush collection, which is just gonna be my other video game plush, which will include things like Pikmin or Zelda, Mega Man, Splatoon, anything like that. But that's all for now. Hello everybody and welcome to the next part of my entire plush collection. Today being just the rest of my video game plush. So this will include things like Pikmin, Kirby, Splatoon, stuff like that. So let's get this kicked off. First we have this Banpresto Red Kirby. Next we have this Red Puffle. I was debating whether or not I put this in the Disney section or the video game section, but then I just thought, hey, Club Penguin is a video game, so let's just put him here. Next is Chop Chop from Moshi Monsters. Yep, we're including Moshi Monsters here as well, because it's also technically a video game, even if it doesn't exist anymore, like Club Penguin. Sane All-Star Collection Captain Olimar. Sane All-Star Collection Rock Pikmin. Sane All-Star Collection Louie. Here is Chuck from Angry Birds, dressed up as Han Solo for Angry Birds Star Wars. Next is Monokuma. Sane All-Star Collection Ice Pikmin. Next is this red Pikmin, which I gave very big eyes. Next we have this little Among Us plush. Next we have Duckweed from Plants vs. Zombies. It's not his official name, but it's his character name, so yeah. Next we have Captain Briny Beard from Cuphead. Sane All-Star Collection Ochi. Next is Toon Zelda. Next is this yellow Pikmin, which my mom made for me before I could get any Pikmin plush. In case you don't know, this is a straw in his stem. Here is Katsuma. Sane All-Star Collection Winged Pink Pikmin. Here's a little Pac-Man from Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Sane All-Star Collection White Pikmin. Next we have Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. Next we have this Sane Red Pikmin with much more normal looking eyes. Next we have Red from Angry Birds. This is most definitely a bootleg, but oh well, because it's definitely very hard to find Angry Birds plush nowadays. Sane Blue Pikmin. Great Eastern Entertainment Mimi from Super Monkey Ball, who is missing her flower. I don't know where it is. For the longest time I had this plush, it never had a flower, so it's strange. Next, we have this little Maya Fey stacking plush from Ace Attorney. Next, we have Odie from Moshi Monsters as well. Sane All-Star Collection Glow Pikmin. Next we have DJ Quacker from Moshi Monsters, who has no eyes under the sunglasses. Next we have this Pirate Zombie from Plants vs. Zombies. Sane All-Star Collection Corrin from Fire Emblem. Good Smile Company Nagito Komaeda. Sane All-Star Collection Inkling Boy Great Eastern Entertainment Mega Man. Next we have this football puffle. Whose mask has come off. Great. Next we have this orange puffle. Next we have a Conehead zombie, or as you would all know him as Coney, from Plants vs. Zombies. Next is Furry from Moshi Monsters. Good Smile Company, Kyoko Kirigiri. Next is Mr. Snoodle. Sane All-Star Collection Inkling Girl. Next we have this bootleg Bomb Bird. Sane All-Star Collection King DDD. Great Eastern Entertainment Joker. Next we have this Pac-Man, which should make noise. As you can tell, the sound is not as good as it used to be, but maybe still there at the very least compared to some of my other plush. Next we have this white puffle. Sane All-Star Collection Kirby. Next we have Poppet. Next we have Toon Link. He's got a very crooked sword. Next we have this yellow puffle, being an artiste. Next we have this Bulborb, but you all know him on the channel as Spike. Who can actually just be Pikmin. Next is Tom Nook. Next we have a Pig, who you would know as Piggy. Next is Sane Meta Knight. Next we have this yellow Pikmin, who is quite well known on this channel, who is just called Yellow, who is best friends with Spike. Next is Isabelle, who, yes, does have a bell. That's why she is a bell. Next is T.Y. Shishi, a moshling made by T.Y. That's interesting. Here she is. Next is the Sane Purple Pikmin. Next is Darth Vader Pig, or Lard Vader, from Angry Birds Star Wars. I just call him Darth Vader Pig because that's what he is. Next is Good Smile Company Chiaki Nanami. Next is Blinky. Next is this bootleg bluebird. God, it looks worse than I remember. Looks even worse than the red in the bomb. Next we have this purple puffle. Next we have another red puffle, this time wearing a cannonball helmet. Next we have Iggy, the moshling. Next is his Banpresto Blue Kirby. Next is Davilo. Next we have Omnom from Cut the Rope. Next is Sane All-Star Collection Callie. And you can't have one without the other, so to end off this collection, here's the Sane All-Star Collection Marie. And that is the end of what is just my video game plush collection. That is not Mario, Sonic, or Pokemon. Yep, we're gonna add all these to the plush counter now, and yeah. Hello and welcome to my Disney plush collection and the next part of my entire plush collection. We'll be going through the Disney plush, through Disney Animation, Pixar, Star Wars, whatever Disney owns, it's here because you guys voted on that. So let's start off with Kermit the Frog, which was just a plush, but we turned him into a puppet because that's what Kermit is. Next, we have this little Darth Vader. Next, we have Luke Skywalker. No, what the? Luke Skywalker. Next, we have Donald Duck. And we have this Zazu plush from The Lion King on Broadway, signed by Zazu on Broadway. Next is Simba, who has a rattle inside of him. Next is Dopey Dwarf. Next is this little magnetic Mickey Mouse, who has been unfortunately chewed by rats. Yeah. The rats got the mice. Next we have Jack Jack from The Incredibles. Next we have Eeyore. Next we have Bart Simpson. Yep, when I said everything, I meant everything. Disney owns The Simpsons. Next we got Bullseye, whose saddle is unfortunately broken. Right, here he is. Next is Rolf the dog from the Muppets. Stretchy arms. Not stretchy, bendable arms. Next we have Doc Dwarf. Next we have another Jack, much bigger and in his Incredibles attire. Next we have Sully from Monsters, Inc. Next is Bruce from Finding Nemo. Next is Woody, whose string is stuck. Yay, you can't pull on the string, but to be fair, it doesn't really make noise anymore anyway, so... We've also got Annie on issue. Next is Buzz Lightyear. Still funny to me that I have a plush Buzz Lightyear when he's meant to be a figure. Here he is. Next is a little Princess Leia. Next is Jessie. Don't know if she works. Let's see. She might as well not work. Jesus. Next is a little Yoda. Next is Mickey Mouse himself. Next is Happy Dwarf. Next is Nemo. Next is Grumpy Dwarf. A dwarf who I actually use quite a bit on the channel. Next is C-3PO. And also an Ewok. Next is Sneezy Dwarf. Next is Tigger, who has a little squeaker inside of him. Next is a little stormtrooper. Next is Maggie Simpson. Next is Sleepy Dwarf. Another dwarf that I use quite a bit on the channel. Next is Bashful Dwarf. And if you're keeping count, that should be all 7. What is that? It's the 7 dwarves. It's Snow White and the 7 dwarves. Why is there an 8th dwarf? Why does he get no shirt on? What are you? Get out of here! Oh, let's just move on with this little Han Solo. Yeah. Next we have Francesco from Cars 2. Terrible movie, but this was like one of the good things about it. Whose voice box barely works, unfortunately. Here's a little R2-D2. And a bigger R2-D2. Next you you got Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Goofy. And finally, we have Squirt from Finding Nemo. And that is my Disney plush collection. We're gonna add all these plush to the plush counter now. And, yeah. Hello everyone and welcome to the second last part of my entire plush collection. This time it's about stuff that's from something but doesn't fit with the video games or Disney. So essentially movie and TV show characters. So let's get started. Starting off we have the Cookie Monster. Next we have Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls. Lord Smek from Home. Very odd plush to have, but oh well. Next we have a purple minion from Despicable Me 2. Next we have the blue M&M dressed up as an Easter bunny. Next we have Annie from the movie Annie and the musical. Next we have Baby Coyote from Looney Tunes. Next we have Tweety Bird. And Bob the Minion. Next we have Sylvester the cat. Next we have this dinosaur, which you'd think would just fit into the general collection, but this is actually from Jurassic World, so he's just gonna slot in here. Next we got Skipper. Next you got Elmo, which used to have a voice box inside of him, but we took it out. Now he's a puppet. Because that's what Elmo is. Next we got George from Peppa Pig. Next you got Foghorn Leghorn. He was quite dirty, and I didn't realize how dirty this guy was. Next we got another Tweety Bird, who is way more flimsy than the last one. Oh, Jesus. I'm just gonna hold him by the head. Next you got Wags the Dog from the Wiggles. You guys should know him on this channel as another co-host of Total Stuff Off Island. Next you got Peppa Pig, whose bear was meant to be stitched to her arm, but now it's not, and so it can flip around. Next you got Dave the Minion, who used to have like little plastic bits around his goggles, but now he doesn't. But oh well. Next is the yellow M&M dressed up as an Easter bunny. Next is the Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street. Next is SpongeBob SquarePants. Next is Odie from Garfield. Next is Daffy Duck. Next is Tom from Tom and Jerry. Next is Carl the Minion. Don't know if this Minion plush is explicitly Carl, but I just named him Carl, and that's who he is on this channel. You know it's Carl the Minion because of the candy cane. Next is Mumble from Happy Feet, who you can actually reverse and turn him into an egg. As you can see, there's the egg, and there's Mumble. I didn't realize he has a massive hole in his back, but this is an old guy. And finally, we have Shrek, who makes noises.
I'm an ogre. Grab your torches. It's for.
And that is the pop culture plush collection. This is the second last part of my entire plush collection, and the final part will be just general plush, but that will also have a combination of plush from merch. So like SML, SMG4, The Odd Ones Out, stuff like that. But that's all for now. Hello everyone, and welcome to the final part of my entire plush collection. This just being the random plush I have, the oddballs, the one that don't fit anywhere else. So, let's get started. First, we have this sleepy rabbit, who has a voice box, but it doesn't work, because he is very old. Next, we have this bear in a sports jersey. Next, we have this little dog. Next, we have this shark puppet, which is actually a topper for golf clubs, but you would probably know him on the channel as Sharky the Shark. Next, we have this camel, who is quite scuffed as he's been kept in storage. Next is this little green fish, which I believe I won at an amusement park. Next we have this little puppet here. Not very little, but here he is. Just a puppy. He's not really a plush, but I figured I should include him. Next is Lil Chonk's Mr. Hall monitor. Next is this green monster here, who has Velcro on his arms, and he can attach them to each other. Next is this elephant, who you would know on the channel as Elephie. Next we have Junior from SML. Lil Chonk's SMG4. Lil Chonk's X. Here is the second camel. Next is Little Chonk's Western Meggie. Next up is Big SMG4. Next is this seal. And we have a little Christmas tree here. Next we have this little blue penguin. Next is In a Health Plus, who is a mascot for medicine, but I have him as a plush. Next is Mandeville, who was the mascot for the London 2012 Para-Olympics. Lil Chonk's Ori. Next is the 10th anniversary cake that came with the Lechonks Mean Machine pack. Next is this sheep puppet, who looks absolutely ridiculous. That's why I got him. Next is this little reindeer plush. Also have this lion. Next we have this snake plush. Next we have a little rabbit, which is actually from Flint Chocolate. Next is this Odd Ones Out keyring, or keychain. And next up is Hank. Next up is this sheep plush. And white dog. Lechonks FM. Next is another Odd Ones Out keychain. Next is this orange monster, who is from the same brand as the green one, so he has Velcro on his arms. Next is this turret from the Lechonks Internet Safety Set. Next we have this bear, who can actually move his legs, which is pretty interesting. Next we have Jeffy. Next we have this Lego guy, whose arms can move. Not the legs though, just the arms. Next we have Wenlock, who is the mascot for the London 2012 Olympics. Just the regular Olympics. Next we have this much bigger Odd Ones Out head, which is quite squishy. Next is the last of the three monsters with this red one, who has Velcro on his arms, so yep, he can connect. Next is this koala puppet. Next we have a cone, which is also from the Lechonks Internet Safety Set. Next we have a plush of... oh hey, that's me! A plush made by my mom. Next is this purple bird puppet, which has a squeaker in his nose. So you can tell how annoying that can get. Next is this purple bear. Next we have this frog. Next is... what the hell is that? Yeah, I don't even know what this is. It's a demon rabbit or something. Next is this dragon puppet in an egg. And you can close the egg and hide the dragon in there, as you can see here. Next we have Melanie. Next is this starfish, which I got from an aquarium many years ago. Next is this just random boy puppet. Next we have this white bear. Next we have this little Meggy keychain. Next we have the Chef PP puppet from the SML store, not the actual Chef PP. I will never understand why they didn't just make this puppet look like the actual Chef PP. Next we have this brown bear. I have a lot of bears, primarily because of my name. Next we have Rudolph. Didn't know if this would count in the pop culture or here, but Rudolph isn't technically from anything. He's from a song. That's not like a movie or a show, so... Next we have an Odd Ones Out Subway worker. Next we have this frog puppet. Next is this little dog. Next we have this prince puppet. Next we have another Odd Ones Out keychain. I believe this is the last one, but it might not be. Next is another purple bear. Next we have this little pink penguin. Next we have this blue bear, which looks to be a graduation bear. I'm not entirely sure though. Next we have this kangaroo with the Joey falling out of the pouch. Next we have another bear. This time he's wearing a scarf. Next we have this turtle, like Hank. So this guy's name is Tank. Next we have this TY mouse. Next we have another penguin wearing a scarf. Though a penguin would not need a scarf. They're fine in the cold. Next is another bear. I genuinely did not realize how many bears I have until now. Next is a bigger lint rabbit. Next is Little Chunks Melanie. Next is another bear in a sweater. Next is Tari. Next we have this blue dinosaur puppet. Next is Lil Chonk's Desty. Lil Chonk's Meggie. Here is another puppet. Just a regular, average guy puppet. Next we have this badger, I think. Not entirely sure, but here he is. Next is Lil Chong's Axel. Next is Lil Chong's Whisk, whose mask can be removed and revealed her cute little face. Next we have this platypus. Next is this final bear. This is the last bear, I promise. There he is. Next is this green fish. I believe I also won at an amusement park. Next is Lil Chonk's Tari. And finally, this is the last plush of this collection, and the last plush I own. I gotta end it with a big one, and so give it up for David Winkle. You all know him on this channel. What was once just a regular penguin turned into what is essentially the mascot of my channel. Here he is, and I couldn't think of a better way to end off this collection. And that is not only every other plush I own, but that is also just my whole plush collection. So yeah, there you go. We're gonna put the final tally on the screen now. And yeah, so hope you had fun watching all these videos, and I'm gonna put them all together soon. But yeah, that's all from me now, so until next time, hopefully the next real video will come out soon. But until then, see ya!